When night falls and the air fills with soft, frantic wings, you might see something dart by and think, what was that? A bird? A rat with ambitions? No, my friend, that's a bat. The fuzzy, flappy mystery of the night. Nature's way of saying, what if hands could fly? Bats belong to the order Chiroptera, which literally means hand wing. And that's exactly what they are, flying hands. Out of all mammals on Earth, about 20% are bats, 1 in 5. They are everywhere, silently ruling the night skies while you're busy locking your windows. But you don't see them often, not because they're rare, but because they prefer the dark. Caves, trees, attics, basically anywhere that smells like secrets and old bananas. When evolution handed out flight licenses, birds went for feathers and grace. Bats, they said, "Nyeh, we'll stretch some skin between our fingers and call it a day." Their wings are thin, veiny sheets of skin that run all the way from their arms to their legs, even connecting to their tails, basically full-body flight suits. And these wings aren't just flappy skin. They're engineering marvels. Threads of elastin fibers give strength and flexibility. Tiny muscles, not attached to bones, let them fine-tune stiffness mid-flight. And those little sensory hairs you see, they detect air pressure and turbulence, allowing the bat to make micro-adjustments faster than your brain can blink. Each finger can move on its own, a 5-fingered steering system that lets them twist, roll, and dive like professional stunt pilots. On the downstroke, they spread wide for lift. On the upstroke, they tuck in slightly so they don't push themselves back down like idiots. These creatures didn't just learn to fly, they mastered it. And if you think that's impressive, watch what happens when scientists blast them mid-flight with a puff of air. Yes, that's an actual experiment, apparently when Science Dale gets bored. The bat tumbles, twists, and in a single motion rights itself again, like, "Nice try, Dale." Now, on the ground, let's just say bats aren't winning any marathons. Most look like toddlers in socks trying to cross a waxed floor. But the vampire bat? That one's the exception. It walks, it runs, it struts. It's like watching a tiny, confident goth on his way to a nightclub. And when it comes to feeding, vampire bats are specialists. They drink blood. That's it. No fruit, no bugs, just fresh, warm type O. They sneak up on cattle or birds, make a tiny incision, and lap up the flow like connoisseurs at a fine dining event. But here's the twist. If a vampire bat misses a meal, it's in big trouble. Miss 2 or 3 nights, and it dies. So what do? They share. A well-fed bat will regurgitate a mouthful of blood right into a hungry friend's mouth. Because in bat society, it's ride or die. Literally. Now, not all bats are bloodsuckers. Some are nectar drinkers, hovering beside flowers like little hovercrafts with anxiety. But hovering isn't easy. It's like treading water in midair while drinking through a straw. So, evolution gave them long, specialized tongues, often longer than their entire bodies. Some species even have tongue grooves that curl into tubes using muscular waves and capillary action to pump nectar straight up, like nature's own straw machine. Others have tongues covered in tiny hair-like bristles that stiffen when filled with blood, turning their tongues into little nectar mops. Yes, evolution literally gave them tongue erections. Please, don't Google that. And while people love to panic about bats, they have rabies, they're dangerous. The truth is far less dramatic. Less than 1% of bats carry rabies, and in the US, only about 3 people a year get it. Meanwhile, vending machines kill more people annually, so maybe stop blaming the bats and start fearing the snack aisle. When they're not sipping nectar or sharing blood, bats know how to stay hydrated. They can drink mid-flight, skimming across ponds or rivers, taking quick sips without stopping. They even adjust their wing angles to glide low, using a trick called the ground effect, which saves energy and makes them more aerodynamic. And if they screw it up and crash land in the water, some can actually swim. Not well, mind you. It looks like someone dropped a tiny umbrella into a pool, but they can paddle to safety. Of course, bats are best known for their superpower, echolocation. They scream into the darkness, literally, and listen to the echoes bounce back. From the timing and pitch, they can tell how far away something is, how fast it's moving, even its shape and texture. Some use their mouths, others their nostrils. Those weird nose shapes aren't random. They're natural sonar dishes. It's so precise, bats can pick an insect out of the air mid-flight. But it's not easy. They miss a lot. One study tracked one bat's hunting path and found dozens of misses before success. But persistence pays off. Eventually, one bug makes the fatal mistake of flying into its mouth. Now, this sonar system has sparked an arms race. Some moths evolved sound-absorbing bodies or learned to stay perfectly still against smooth surfaces, becoming invisible to sonar. Others take it further. They produce ultrasonic clicks that jam the bat's signals, like radar countermeasures in nature's Cold War. And bats? They've learned to jam each other. Yes, bats heckle other bats mid-hunt. Evolution is petty, and I love that. But when they're done for the night, bats hang upside down, and that's a masterpiece of bioengineering. Their tendons lock automatically when they hang, so they don't have to use energy. Tiny ridges in their tendons hold the grip like built-in carabiners. And they don't pass out either. Their blood vessels are equipped with one-way valves that keep the flow balanced even when inverted. Some species don't even hang traditionally. They stick themselves to smooth leaves using suction-like pads. Not actual suction, it's more like a sticky fluid adhesion, basically biological glue. It lets them cling tight when they want to hide, but peel off easily when it's time to bounce. And here's the thing. This isn't even scratching the surface. There are over 1,400 species of bats. Some eat fish, some eat frogs. Some are the size of your thumb, while others have wingspans wider than your arms. They're pollinators, pest controllers, seed spreaders. Entire ecosystems depend on them. So, the next time you see a shadow zip past the moon and think, oh no, a vampire, remember, it's not a monster. It's a marvel, a tiny winged mammal that's been perfecting the art of flight, sound, and survival for over 50 million years. And somewhere in the dark, a bat named Bartholomew Banks is probably flipping you off, scientifically.